The underlying topic of this conference is socially responsible information systems for sustainable societies. As it said on the website, there is an increasing awareness and expectation that the information system community have a pivotal role to play. Taking this objective at heart, I'll present to you a framework to help develop business applications of virtual reality, often called Metaverse, for virtual mobility solutions adapted to businesses rather than gaming and entertainment applications.
A few words to introduce myself. I trained as an engineer and worked 4 years in aerospace before an MBA at Kellogg. My business experience came from my work at Booz Allen and Hamilton in operations, where I became a purchasing specialist, then PepsiCo, returning to consulting with McKinsey, and then GlaxoSmithKline, where I was head of global purchasing for the vaccine division. I wanted to transmit my experience with academic rigor. I wrote books and articles and obtained a doctorate at Paris Dauphine. I've lectured at many reputed French business schools, then became professor at EDEC, and finally program director. I've joined Lyon as managing director, and today I will keep transmitting my experience as a scholar and practitioner, even if retirement is closer than starting a new venture. I've been offered an emeritus position that I'm still considering.
The question we try to answer is, what's required to develop viable business applications of virtual reality? Virtual tourism, business or private, offers a sizable opportunity to reduce carbon footprint. Viable solutions, on the other hand, are slow to emerge, as illustrated by Meta difficulties to develop an attractive business proposition with Metaverse. The largest firms engaged in virtual development are primarily technology or gaming driven, not customer experience driven. Therefore, a structured framework is required to guide the development of business and personal tourism solutions with a broader perspective. This topic fits well with 4 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals highlighted as major themes for this conference. The framework is intended to help business innovate and exploit virtual infrastructure. This will reduce the need for travel, helping to make cities more sustainable. It aims at encouraging more responsible consumption. Finally, it will only be possible through partnerships from interdisciplinary research between technology and business research institutions, but also research and enterprises engaged in virtual reality. Let's zoom on one type of tourism, business events. In 2017, worldwide business events involved 1.5 billion participants from more than 180 countries, who contributed to as much greenhouse gases as the entire US economy. And those events are projected to keep growing, just like the entire hospitality business. Demand is strong, limited by resource constraints, so a move towards virtual conferences will contribute to the reduction of greenhouse gases. Moreover, while travel has been part of business since the days of the first caravans of merchants, our needs have evolved. We owe carbon sobriety to the next generations. Virtual hospitality offers tremendous potential to reduce CO2 emissions, but also time and resources. I traveled worldwide in my consulting and corporate days. I know how time-consuming it is, not even mentioning my Amex statements. Is making eye contact and shaking hands a wasteful insanity in the era of carbon footprint resolution and pandemic?
Recent academic and scientific events have been analyzed to assess the impact of virtualization. It is significant. With a reduction of a factor 200, when all the costs of the two approaches are factored in. On one side, travel, commuting to the airport, flying, hospitality, and so on. On the other side, what's necessary to operate the network where virtualization happens, and office-related energy. Even with more sophisticated virtualization infrastructure, the metaverse will consume more than a Teams approach. Opportunity is there, as research on green metaverse networking technology development progresses.
This suggests that virtual travel is the logical next step for mankind. In prehistoric times, we were walking, then domesticated animals, created powered machines, learned to fly, and now probably we need to learn about operating mobility in virtual environments.
But, because there is a but, the opportunities offered by virtual reality or metaverse business applications are forecast in trillions of US dollars. How to move from application to business creation, beyond the hype. Meta, the most visible promoter of virtual reality today, and likely one of the best funded, has not succeeded in developing a convincing product for regular business or consumer markets. Even the definition is not making a consensus. What is the metaverse? An ambitious single parallel universe, or a collection of virtual ad hoc events? According to industry interviews, the former is not realistic and would not be sustainable in terms of resource energy. The latter is clearly a viable option for those who will go beyond the technology to invest in user experience performance. So the objective of this research is to develop a framework that structures theory building around all the essential elements of business development leveraging virtual technologies. Frameworks have been used in many fields to organize scattered research and capture new insights. They are particularly useful to organize broad and complex sets of management issues, for instance, in emerging fields. You probably know the Osterwalder business model canvas for entrepreneurs. They have become reference in strategy. Here are a few examples in other fields, such as sustainability, supply chain, new technologies. Other examples cover multiple fields of science and business. Business. Let's take a grounded business perspective, looking at all the business blocks presented here. Value creation, the pain point we want to solve. Value in operation excellence, the building blocks. Enablers, infrastructure, equipment. User experience, and then the legal issues. We can look at those in turn.
First, the pain point. What are the unmet needs or the mobility opportunities we can satisfy with virtual mobility solutions? We can look at business operations, with education and training one of the areas that has attracted the most attention from industries and scholars. Retail is today primarily purely virtual with experiences like those of Gucci. The unmet opportunities reside in facilitating exchange, cooperation, exploration in business relations, from meeting between two parties to large gathering and commercial conventions, with the intention of exchanges in the real world and in the virtual world. Entertainment has been testing virtual reality with concerts in virtual environment with a limited success. An interesting opportunity resides with the immersive exploration and science. Finally, service can also benefit from virtual solutions. The most discussed is metamedical, although those are less aiming at full immersion than bringing medical service to less deserved locations. All the other business advisories can benefit from virtualization. To deliver this, we need to keep in mind that a dream without a strong operation to deliver flawlessly is just a dream. Operations will rely on what is financed by the virtual environment creators, either specialized like Hyper-V, Sandbox, Roblox, or generalists like Meta and Microsoft, and what is paid by the users, the tenants, the Nike, the Gucci, the Marriott. Here appears to be a first dichotomy as the universe of technology experts is focusing on developing or enhancing a product, a platform, rather than focusing on the needs of the new users. We need to understand best practice and develop procedures for virtual estate developers, virtual exchange builders who understand a customer journey in a virtual universe like in a physical universe. We need virtual decorators. We need traffic managers in public area, guest greeters that help new users find their ways. We need access controllers, maybe peace officers. Expertise, best practice from people that operate malls, conference centers, and resorts will be essential.
To work properly, we need technology and usage enablers, like bandwidth and Google's, but also elements of interoperability between the virtual and physical world, like transaction support and interoperability between businesses. Do you want to recreate an avatar for each technology provider? You meet with a client using their system, one avatar. You meet with a supplier using your system, another avatar. Do you want a different environment to attend a conference with an Asian prospect, a business meeting for a tech provider in California, and different channels to handle transactions, money transfer, contracts? Or do we aim at a universal solution? And I'm not even mentioning branded goods, sneakers or dresses that you would want to use in multiple virtual environments. Can your Gucci suit be restricted to be worn only in Milan or only in a Roblox metaverse? A word on usability. If you build it, will they come? Will it be realistic enough for the intended purpose? Can you create discomfort from long virtual sessions, addictions? Developing a realistic immersion experience that delivers to customer expectations requires to build new metric of performance. Some of those issues have been identified, but none sufficiently in depth to build scorecards of suitability and quality. One of the most interesting but also disturbing contributions of technology is the ability to project your feeling in the metaverse. Body language is part of human interaction. And beyond lip syncing, current systems do not really convey it. The emotive headgear can measure elements like excitement or engagement, interpret mental commands, and more. Other approaches based on camera looking at the face can build into future reality gears elements that manage or record facial expressions to convey emotion, doubts, or interest. You think your social network knows too much about you? Well, think again. Those technologies are in development and in test in some locations. This brings the discussion to the legal area. Obviously, legal issues are critical. What will be the role of governments? How do you ensure the right to property? What are the limits of acceptable behavior? How do you protect your personal data? What about labor laws? Just like for data captured from navigation, regulated in Europe by the GDPR, regulators will get involved. And like for the web, it will require a transnational approach. Again, to cover a Californian server hosting a sales meeting between a European buying center and a Vietnamese manufacturer. What will be the acceptable behavior in virtual environments?
Exchange and collaboration are vital for new insights and creativity in research. It needs to be interdisciplinary to address all the challenges and allow to build sustainable virtual ecosystems, combining teams with engineering, industrial, and business perspective. Topics like impact of metaverse events in terms of greenhouse gases, green virtual reality network technologies, technology, roadmaps for technology enablers, headsets, sensors, managing the interface between solution and technology developers, standards and interoperability, usage, cases to enhance real-world experience with virtualization, key success factors, risks and cause of failure, differences and similarities in customer journey, acceptability, addictions, and then the enablers, financial valuation of intangible assets in the metaverse, legal frameworks to control and secure metaverse business, quality metrics, quality control.
These topics are still to explore. For me, it started 1 year ago during discussion with an industrial actor, and then at the Global Mobility Congress in Madrid. We must push forward, enriching the framework proposed with case research, engaging the industry, identifying key success factors, root cause of failure, and more. Let's stay in touch. You can scan this QR code and find me on LinkedIn. Thank you for your attention, and hopefully this is the first of a long list of engagements in this area. Thank you.